today,
No. What is your question? No,
outlined in
no,
the
no, Mr.
foregoing.
Elizondo, no.
Your Honor, respectfully, as a bailor and grantor, I've granted this court equitable title for settlement of any
No,
charges
sir.
on
This
the
is a
doctrine
criminal
of
court. No,
trust
sir.
and mercy.
Mr. Elizondo.
Your Honor, for the record, respectfully, I am a Texas common law free man. I do not participate in corporate Ponzi schemes that require me to have
This is not
registration
that, sir.
and
This is not
insurance.
Mr.
I do
Elizondo.
not
Stop.
consent. Gave
No,
this
no, let
court
me no,
equitable
Mr.
title for
Elizondo,
settlement
stop. Mr.
of
Elizondo,
any
stop.
charge
Mr.
under
Elizondo,
doctrine of trust
Mr.
merge.
Elizondo, stop.
This courtroom moment got tense fast. A man claiming to be a sovereign citizen showed up to dispute a simple traffic issue, driving without valid insurance. The fine was just $100, but instead of paying it, he mailed in $3 and showed up in court trying to argue his way out of the rest. Now, the courtroom exchange between him and the judge. It got intense. He brought up a bunch of confusing arguments and legal jargon that didn't actually mean anything. You have to wonder, was he serious or just trying to waste everyone's time? Also, maybe it's just me, but the background in his video looked like a classroom. Could this guy actually...
Good morning, Your Honor. My Christian name is Jose, and my family name is Elizondo. I am the bailior today, and respectfully ask some issues to raise.
Wait, Mr. Elizondo, wait. Jose Elizondo, I show that you have one case pending, and that is expired registration. Do you understand that's the charge that is pending against you?
Yes, I understand, but respectfully...
Okay, sir. Okay, hang on. There's several steps we need to take over. Were you able to hear my explanation about defendant's rights and options that I went over at the start of court?
Yes.
Do you have any questions about those rights or options?
Yes.
Go ahead. What's your question?
Okay, respectfully, I haven't received my documentation that I requested in a timely manner to proceed today.
No. What is your question? No, Mr. Elizondo, no. What is your question about the rights and options that I went over at the start of court?
I have no questions regarding that.
Okay, then to this charge of expired registration, actually, I'm going to stop and say, you mailed in payment.
I did.
You mailed in $3 and you have a balance due of $129. So with that payment of $3, we've already entered a plea of no contest for you because Texas law allows that to be entered for you. So we're set here to determine, are you able to make the balance of your payment by Monday, or do you need some time to pay that out?
Your Honor, respectfully, as a bailor and grantor, I've granted this court equitable title for settlement of any
No,
charges.
sir. This is a criminal court. No, sir. Mr. Elizondo, this is not a civil court. There are no parties like that in this proceeding. You're a defendant. You're not a grantor. I'm the judge. And so that does not apply to this court. You may have read that might be something in a civil court. That does not apply here. So my question to you, sir, is since you've already mailed in payment and indicated a plea of no contest by mailing in a payment under Texas law, can you get the balance paid by Monday, or do you need some time to pay that out, or do you have a financial situation that you need a financial packet?
Your Honor, for the record, respectfully, I am a Texas common law free man. I do not participate in corporate Ponzi schemes that require me to have registration.
This is not that, sir. This is not, Mr. Elizondo, stop. Mr. Elizondo, stop. This is not the time to make a statement. You see, we have like 12 other people who are set here. You're set on a criminal charge. This is not time for you just to go and make a statement about a civil matter that it is not set in this court.
So are you saying that I don't have civilian due process of law?
No, but this is not a civil matter. You're raising terms in regards to this as if this were like a civil lawsuit. This is a criminal charge where you've already...
It's not criminal, Your Honor.
Yes, it is, sir. This is a Class C criminal charge in Texas, displaying an expired registration. That is a Class C criminal charge, and you mailed in partial payment. So I'm trying to determine, are you able to make the rest of your payment by Monday, or do you need some time to pay it out?
I have the right to equitable title for this settlement or any charges on the doctrine of trust merge.
This is not a matter of a title to a vehicle or anything like that, sir. You seem to be confusing some civil law.
Well, I have some confusion because on Supreme Court case law Murdoch versus Pennsylvania, they clearly state that you don't need registration or insurance for private personal travel, and I don't consent to any corporate Ponzi scheme.
Be a teacher? So that's pretty concerning. Imagine teaching kids this kind of logic. If anyone can make out what was written on the whiteboard behind him, definitely let me know in the comments. Now let's talk about Zoom court for a second. This situation right here is a good reason why some people think remote hearings need stricter rules. The man kept interrupting, going on rants, and made it very hard for the judge to keep control of the hearing. She probably should have muted him or ended the session early, because clearly he had no plans to take this seriously. Also, why even send $3 when the fine is $100? That's like walking into a coffee shop, handing over a few coins, and expecting them to serve you a full drink. It doesn't make sense and doesn't stop the legal process from continuing. What made this whole thing even more confusing?
Well, this is nothing to do with a corporation. This is a Texas charge, and you've already mailed in a payment for this. So you've indicated a plea of no contest. Are you saying that you're not pleading that? Then why did you give them $3?
As a bailor and grantor, I gave
no, Mr. Elizondo, stop. Mr. Elizondo, stop. Mr. Elizondo,
of trust merge.
Mr. Elizondo, stop. Why did you mail in $3?
Because as a bailor and grantor, I have granted to this court equitable title for settlement of any.
No, sir. We do not settle. And, sir, Mr. Elizondo, there's no party in a criminal charge that's called a bailor, and you cannot claim a position that is not one in this court.
Your Honor,
there's no status of bailor. No, sir. Listen, I need you to listen to me. I need you to listen to me. There's no status of bailor or grantor in this criminal court. You may have read some cases in regards to some other matter. You are a defendant. No, Mr. Elizondo, you need to be quiet and listen. You're a defendant. You mailed in $3, which is partial payment of a total of $132. All right. Now, by law, when you mail in a payment, a plea of no contest is entered. All right. So my question to you was, when you mailed in the $3, was that your intent to make a partial payment, requesting a payment plan, or were you attempting to post a bond?
My intent was, like I said, I am the bailor and grantee. I have granted this court equitable title for settlement of any charges under doctrine of trust merge. That's my answer to your question. Okay.
That is not an answer that applies in criminal court. So based upon your payment of $3, the court has already entered a plea of no contest, and I'm going to order that you get the balance paid,
Your Honor, respectfully.
Within 30 days.
Okay, Your Honor, respectfully, with those documents that you have, I didn't receive any documentation requested in a timely manner to proceed today. Outlining my full warranto under Chapter 66 of Texas Civil Practice Code, which is
stop, Mr. Elizondo, stop. The Civil Practice Code does not apply to this courtroom. This is the Code of Criminal Procedure applies to the criminal courtroom. So the Civil Code does not apply.
But I still have a civilian due process, Your Honor.
Well, yeah,
I have not entered a plea.
You did by mailing it in. By mailing that in, that's entering a plea of no contest. You mailed in a payment of $3.
Your Honor,
you can get the balance paid.
The reason why I did that, as a bailor and grantor, like I stated multiple times, I've granted this court equitable title for settlement.
Okay, Mr. Elizondo.
Merge.
Mr. Elizondo, were you wanting to plead not guilty and request a trial?
No. Respectfully, Your Honor. Constitutionally, too. For the record, I am a Texas common law free man. I do not participate in any Ponzi schemes that require me to have registration and insurance. I do not consent quasi-jurisdiction. Respectfully, Your Honor, I plead for a civilian due process of law.
Confusing was when he said respectfully before interrupting the judge, as if being polite would make everything okay. Spoiler alert, it didn't. Here's something most people don't realize. Judges can fine you for wasting the court's time, even if you're representing yourself. When you add in all this sovereign citizen talk, you're just making things worse for yourself. Before we move on to the next case, I'd love to hear what you thought about this one in the comments. Personally, I think the judge handled it pretty calmly, all things considered, but stay tuned, because the next person in court takes things even further. This man not only argues with the judge, he actually claims he was kidnapped. Yes, really. A few seconds into the hearing, he starts saying he's a sovereign jurist and wants the judge to act as his trustee. At that point, it's pretty clear he has no idea how the legal system works. I wouldn't be surprised if he watched a few viral videos online and suddenly thought he could beat
Okay, well, you're
Under Section
receiving,
1, Article 10.
okay, Mr. Elizondo, you're receiving the exact same due process that every other person who's appeared in this court has. And you have mailed in a payment of $3, and that payment is received as a plea of no contest.
Who is my accuser, Your Honor, respectfully?
The state of Texas. That citation that you received, that is the accusation. And
okay, well, I would like to go to trial for this.
So you're indicating that you wish to change your plea from no contest to not guilty?
Yes.
All right. And you wish to waive your right to jury trial, or do you wish to request a jury trial?
No.
So no jury trial. You wish to waive your right to a jury trial?
1 second, please. Never mind. Give me a jury trial, please.
So you wish to request a jury trial?
Yes.
Okay. And you will be representing yourself, or will you be retaining counsel?
Myself.
Okay. Do you understand that if you request a jury trial, if you're found guilty, in addition to the regular state court cost, there is an additional jury trial court cost that's assessed if you're convicted. Your case is going to be reset for a pretrial hearing that is going to be for our May contest docket, which is at 6 p.m. on May 7th.
The system. But no, you can't just say you're outside the law and expect the court to agree. It's not how anything works. He even started talking about signing a bond and making a contract with the court. It's just more confusing language that has no legal basis. 1 minute he's saying he doesn't need a lawyer. The next he's asking for one and agreeing to turn himself in. It was all over the place. It honestly felt like someone trying to quit a game and then coming back hoping for a do-over. I mean, if there's any doubt he was a sovereign citizen.
Attacked and assaulted and kidnapped 2 different times, just one time. Recite your oath of office, your delegation of authority order, and your bond information.
What is your name?
I am Brian. My family name is Wilkinson.
All right. We'll go on the record in State of Kansas versus Brian J. Wilkinson. Case number 25 CR 67. The state appears by County Attorney Darren DeVinny. Mr. Wilkinson appears in person by Zoom. We're here for a first appearance. Mr. Wilkinson, you're appearing by a summons. I'm going to go over your charges with you. There are 3 counts, all alleged to have occurred on June 4th, 2024 in Butler County, Kansas. Count 1 alleges you were in unlawful possession of methamphetamine. That is a level 5 drug felony. Count 2 alleges you are in unlawful possession of paraphernalia for use. That is a Class B non-person misdemeanor. Count 3 is an allegation of possession of marijuana, also a Class B non-person misdemeanor. Do you understand what you've been charged with, Mr. Wilkinson?
I do not understand, Your Honor.
Yeah, what don't you understand?
I had thought that this matter was already settled on the case that Mr. Watts was representing me for.
Okay, I'm not aware of that particular matter. That may have been a different case. I'm not sure.
Well, there wasn't a different case. I mean, I wasn't attacked and assaulted and kidnapped 2 different times, just one time.
Mr. DeVinny, do you know anything about another case involving Mr. Wilkinson?
Let's see. Well, I know there's criminal history. I know he's a B on the grid. He has out of at least Butler County cases, we've got a driving while suspended, an old 23 traffic case that's closed. And then he has this open case now for possession of methamphetamine.
Do you know of, is there one where Mr. Watts representing that you know of?
Not that I'm aware of. Well, Your Honor.
All right. Well, I don't know, Mr. Wilkinson. That can be sorted out. Can you afford to hire an attorney to represent you?
I'm sui juris.
Excuse me?
I'm sui juris, and I would appreciate it, Your Honor, if you would recite your oath of office, your delegation of authority order, and your bond information.
I'm not going to do that, Mr. Wilkinson. Can you afford to hire an attorney?
I am not a ward of the court. I'm not an idiot. I know how to speak for myself.
Okay. Do you wish to represent yourself?
Well, I am myself. I can't represent myself, but yes, I will be talking for myself.
All right. You understand you have a right to have an attorney represent you on this case?
Yeah, but that makes me a ward of the court. If I am seen as too stupid to talk for myself.
The things he said cleared that up pretty fast. Some people think it's just about ego, wanting to believe you're above the system. Others think maybe there are drugs involved. I'll let you decide. Thanks so much for watching. Drop your thoughts in the comments, especially if you have any theories or recommendations for future videos. I always appreciate your support. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.
Do you understand that if you can't afford an attorney to represent you, one would be appointed for you?
I also understand that all attorneys' first duty is for the court and not for their clients. So
do you understand you have that right, Mr. Wilkinson?
I do understand my rights, yes,
okay, Your
Honor.
I'm going to go ahead and appoint James Watts to represent you if you think that he's represented you on something that may be in line with this case. So he'll be with you when you appear back in front of me, and that'll be on my preliminary hearing control docket. Do you have something to write with, Mr.
Yes,
Wilkinson?
sir.
All right. Your court date will be in front of me by Zoom on May the 19th at 2:30.
May 19th, 2:30 p.m.
That's correct. Do you have Mr. Watts' contact information?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Okay. You might contact his office and let them know that court date. We need to set a bond. Mr. Devaney, what's your recommendation for bond?
The defendant does appear here voluntarily by summons here today, so I'd request a $10,000 OR bond for the defendant.
What was the amount?
$10,000.
All right, I'll set a $10,000 OR bond. He'll need to be processed, I'm assuming.
Well, he initially had a first appearance back on June 5th of 24 at 1:30. At that point, we were waiting on KBI Labs and we released him. So I believe he's actually been arrested and processed.
Okay.
He just needs to come to 201 West Pine. If he can make it here today before 5, that's great. If not, probably on Monday to come up to the front desk so he can sign his bond.
All right. Mr. Wilkinson, can you make it up to the Judicial Center this afternoon to sign your OR bond?
It'll probably need to be Monday, Your Honor.